Hey, task 4 says that Alyssa has to make 250 invitations for a party. So this is her total. She's making that many total. She has completed 72% of them. How many has she completed? So we know we need our totals on the bottom, our parts on the top. Our total is 250. This is what she's wanting to make. We're looking for how many she has completed. If she has done 72%, so 72 out of 100. So there are several ways that we could solve this problem. So let's go back and look at some of our strategies here. So we know we can see how many times 100 goes into 250 like we did here. We can actually see right here, we've already done this work, that it goes in there 2.5 times. So we can say this goes to here 2.5 times. And we can do 72 times 2.5, and that will tell us how many invitations she has completed. I also heard that she has done 72% of the total. We could set up our problem as 72% of the total is 250 over 1, and we can multiply our denominators, and then we're going to divide our numerator by 100. So there's another way that we can do that. And let's look at one more way here using the same setup as before. We're looking for how many she's completed out of 250 if she's done 72% of them. So it's set up the same way, totals on the bottom, pieces on the top. I want to get the completed number all by itself. So I need to do the opposite of divide by 250, which is to times by 250. So that cancels out. And now I need to do that to the other side here. So notice we're doing the same problem here, 250 times 72. And then we're going to divide by 100. 250 times 72 divided by 100. So we've just shown several different ways to do that same problem. Okay, so I have a question for you that you're not going to find in Ed, but I want you to think about this. What if the problem said that she has made 250 invitations for a party, but this number is only 72% of the total? So this is telling us a different problem. Over here, this was her total. But now this has become the piece and it wants to know the total. So let's think about how we would set up this problem. So here's her piece. She's made 250, but it wants to know the total. How many invitations is she making? How many total ones? And it's telling us that this number, 250, is 72%. 250 is 72. So we can see that they're lined up together out of 100. So we can think, how do I get from 72 to 250? So we can see how many times 72 goes into 250 and do the same thing to the bottom here. So this one, we cannot just multiply 72 and 250 because we don't know what the total is. The word of is right here. 250 is 72% of the total. We don't know what the total is to multiply. Over here, it said it was 72% of 250. So we could multiply. But we don't know what the total is. So another thing we can do is we can get T all by itself. So let me set this up one more time. So she's made 250, but we want to know the total. We have 72% done. She needs to get 100% done. I want to get t by itself. So first, I can do the opposite of divide by t, which is 2 times by t, which cancels it out, and do it over here as well, times t. So now I want to get t by itself. So I'm going to start moving these to the other side. So we're going to do the opposite of divide by 100, which is times by 100, which cancels those out, but I need to bring it over here as well, times by 100. And then I need to do the opposite of multiply by 72, which is to divide by 72, which cancels that out.
Tiffany, if you dropped a large brown Smith paper bag in the office with some food, it does not have your name or advisory on it. If that is yours, can you please go see them so you can get credit for it? Thank you.
So 72 divided by 72 is 1. And when I times by 1, that's still the same thing. So this is canceled out, but I have to do it on the other side too. Divide by 72. So 100 times 250. So we can see here.
Callum Rasmussen, please come to the office. Callum Rasmussen, please come to the office.
So we can see 100 times 250 here, divided by 72. 100 times 250 divided by 72. So that crisscross divide strategy, this is what we're doing, is we're getting t all by itself. When we crisscross, we're just moving everything by doing the reciprocal to the other side. So you've got to think about, is the problem asking you for the total, or is it asking you for the part, like task 4, or is it asking you for the total? Depending on what it is, you've got to set up your problems in different ways. Okay, go ahead and complete task 4.